Morning, buzzer. No. Morning. Morning, Tiggy. Any idea where the dogs are? Release the birds. Come on. Come on, it's nice out. There we go. Morning. Where were you? I gotta run down to the mailbox. Hop in, let's go for a 300-foot ride. We had maybe a 1/10 of an inch of rain yesterday in a couple of different shots. So it was enough to keep us out of the field for the day, but it isn't really enough to affect much.
Morning.
Morning.
So, well, I stick around close to home today.
Yep. We're a little bit short on help today, so it's just me, Dad, and Onyx. So we're gonna go right over here where we still have about 130 or 40 acres left right up the road. Stay close to home. That way we don't need 2 truck drivers. I can run truck and still be in and out with the grain dryer. We had frost on the lawn again this morning, so everything's a little cool. I've got fuel running into a truck and they're only a half mile away, so I'm gonna go make sure everything's getting started just fine. It will be. We definitely have some tougher looking corn in spots. A lot of this field just being one of them. Way too much rain again all summer long. Short corn in areas, other areas are good. Tops are breaking off on a few certain hybrids. We had one hybrid where the top actually broke off earlier this summer before pollination, and for some reason those ears never filled out, and it's easy to say, well, because they didn't pollinate. But corn is all self-pollinated. They should have still pollinated from the plants around them. So I don't know, if you're an agronomist out there, chime in on that. The tops broke off above the ear before pollination, so obviously there's no tassel. Why did the cob pollinate halfway and abort the rest of the cob? Or I guess I don't think it aborted it, I think it just never pollinated. It's got like 3 inches of tip back on the ear. I'm going to inspect what kind of a job we're doing here. Looks pretty good to me. We'll go with that. I gotta do it. I gotta do it. That's enough playing around. We better get back to the yard. Okay, time to go get our first truckload of corn for the day. My combine guy and my grain cart guy switched places for the afternoon, so we got Onyx in the combine and Dad in the grain cart. It's hard to find good help. We'll get this dumped, and then it will be time to start up the grain dryer and get everything going for the day. Well, that's not bad. Still got dry corn, that's good. We're in business. And I'm back. In a bit here, when I catch up to him, I'm gonna get Rhiannon going in a tillage tractor. So then everything will be moving. Time to get Rhiannon going in the tillage. She gets to run the big horse. It's so close to home, it's actually quicker just to go across this untilled field we've got here to get to it. We haven't tilled this soybean ground because we're hoping to put some manure on it this year, so it's going to be a week or two before before the guys get here, which will be good because the ground will be colder then anyway. It's better to put the fertilizer on at that time with the nitrogen in the hog manure. So they'll inject it into the soil, and that should be some good manure for next year. We got a warning on the combine going off. Something about the threshing speed. I don't know. So I just drove the tillage tractor right up to it. What's it do?
The rotor doesn't turn. Start it up.
Yeah.
The fan speed and everything starts as soon as they're dry, but the rotor isn't turning.
Well, that's not good. I pulled a couple of covers off, and unfortunately, that rotor is plugged. I think what might have happened, I don't know for sure, but what may have happened is the combine operator had it on idle when he dove into the corn. He was on idle, which doesn't throw everything through properly. I think that's what happened here. So I'm gonna see how far it'll let me open the concaves. I don't know how far that'll go. What does that number go up to? Looks like 55. They were open quite a ways to begin with at 34, so we'll see 49, 51, 52, 53. Sometimes this will open it up just enough to get things moving. Come on. Try once more. Oh, wrong one. That threshing speed never picked up in there, so I don't know what that means. It probably means it's plugged so tight that nothing is moving in there. This could be a situation. I can smell it.
I can now too.
I can smell it cooking. I'm guessing that's a clutch or a belt. Probably that one right there. Eric, I got a question that I wish I didn't have to ask. If we got a rotor that's plugged solid full of corn cobs to the point where everything fires up, but you can smell either the belt or the clutch burning, what's the option? Pull all the grates off and dump the rotor? All right, so what I have learned is we got to bring it home. We're going to bring it home because we're a half mile from home. We're going to drop the head, see if we can reverse the feeder house with the rotor in neutral, then take some stuff off, see if we can get to the feed accelerator, make sure that's open, and if it's not, we got to get it open. And then from there, we got to pull the shields off, probably pull some grates, get some of the cobs emptied out. So this is going to take a couple hours, hopefully only a couple hours. In the meantime, I'm going to get Rhiannon going. All right, you two, wait right here. I'm gonna get her going in the tillage piece here, and then I'll take the Ranger and the dogs home. She's off, and now I'm off to go get real itchy. Okay, so we got the concaves popped open here. We're gonna pull these grates actually out. If I can do it with one hand, just like that. Get some sweet footage of me hammering this pin out.
Okay. Don't lose the pin though, because I don't have one.
Now you made me nervous.
Here, bro, try to hold it level.
Don't lose the pin, huh? You, how do you recommend I do that?
Put a vice grip on it and hold it. Somebody else can hold it.
Onyx,
There you
come
go.
up here. Alright, you can hop down.
Got it?
Yep. Hold that. This is the big rotor, the big spinny thing. This does all the threshing. It starts way up here, comes through the concaves up front, into the grates out here, and the grain kernels end up coming through these grates. Those ones down there, took them off so we can get in here, get all of this opened up. This is what it looks like inside there when things are getting threshed. We're just gonna get it out of the way for now. Basically make enough room so we can just push all this extra crud through. Everything up front is plugged as well, because when it can't pass through the back, everything coming in from the front stacks up and comes this way until everything is plugged tight. He's gonna go in and bump it just a bit. It's gonna get dusty. Yep. Hold it, stop! There's a pry bar in there yet. Okay, we got the giant pry bar out. Here we go. Anytime. Did he fall asleep in there? He might be taking a nap.
Just bump it just a little bit.
Had to open the hoppers. Here we go.
Okay. So you can go
Rotor.
put the separator and then put your down to the turn. Down and back.
Put it. We got stuff to do, right?
No, he's not going to move the combine. Is the rotor in neutral?
Yep.
Okay, so the rotor's not turning yet. Oh, I didn't know that was happening up here.
Yeah, you're good. Okay, lower the feeder house.
So that's what was stuck in the feeder house.
Actually, put it up, Nate. Get all that out there first.
Rotor still didn't move.
Wanted to go
I
there.
can't believe it didn't go. Yep. We're gonna try it just a couple more times. You can try it once more. Go to half throttle. It's not putting a lot of effort into moving this rotor, so Eric's going to climb up there and try to tighten up the belt. So it's this end that needs to get tightened up, or that end?
This end's is not closing, and it should be.
Oh, wow.
The Deer Tech thinks that it's possible that there's a spring inside that clutch, I guess I'm going to call it, there at the end of the rotor that runs the belt. So the shivs, they go like this to adjust the speed for the belt, and it's stuck wide open, and that's definitely why it's not kicking the rotor in right now. So he climbed in there to try to force a little pressure into it to tighten the belt up, and everything is really loose, which is, we're trying to figure out now if that broke because it started to plug, or if it plugged because something there broke. In other words, we're not sure which came first, the chicken or the egg type of thing. In the meantime, the dryer is completely caught up. We have no more wet corn left. So I'll reset this so everything can fire up once we're back and running. Eric did a little bit of digging on his end, and it sounds like it was probably plugging and something happened in those shivs to open them up like that, and they're probably fine, nothing's broke, they're stuck open. It sounds like it is something that has happened. So I've got a porta power that we're gonna stick in there and try to get it to move. Yeah, if we try to increase the speed with it running, I suppose it's gonna be spinning with no tension on that belt.
Yeah.
But then if we try to increase the speed, that one,
It should suck this together.
and tighten the belt some, halfway.
The belt's gonna just be slipping though until we get that, but it's gonna be fairly loose.
Yeah. That's not gonna work because the rotor speed when you start it up right now, because the belt is so loose, is 0. And if the machine is telling itself that the rotor speed is 0, we aren't gonna be able to increase the rotor speed, so that's a no-go.
I don't think it moved.
You don't think it did?
No. Ow. No.
It's spinning?
Off. Yeah, it's spinning.
We did not get it to move yet, but we're thinking I've got another theory. I'm gonna wait and see what happens here before I say anything. It still didn't try. Eric just took a shield off inside there, and we did another hour of cleaning here. There is still an issue with the belt, but we're hoping if we got things clear enough, it will fire up. Pretty clear. He's going to adjust with the rotor speed now in the cab and hope that that shiv on that clutch will move.
It doesn't seem to want to go down.
It doesn't move.
No, it keeps searching.
That's what it did for me before.
At first it went up to 530 and I backed it down to 500. It went down, but then now it doesn't want to go down.
It won't go less. Why? You didn't turn it up, did you?
When I started it, I turned it as fast as
Oh, you did? Okay, so now it's stuck up.
To try and get the belt
Yep.
and the other pulley tight.
So yeah, it doesn't want to go down. Noisy.
Yeah.
We cannot get it unstuck. It's been so long my watch actually went dead during that, so it's been 4 hours we've been out here working on this. Not all of it on that clutch unit deal. We had Eric here, the tech from the dealer, because I called him when we were still out in the field asking him what the order of operations was to get it unstuck. I haven't had a combine stuck in 7, 8, 9 years, I'll bet, and that was with green straw, and Jim and I dug the rotor out. It took a while, but we dug the rotor out and we were back in business. Here we had the feeder house stuck and the accelerator stuck, and there was a lot more to it, so we called Eric because he wasn't on anybody else at the moment. He got out here right away. I mean, by the time we were in the yard, he was here and helped us get it unplugged pretty quickly, but then we noticed that clutch issue, technically it's a torque sensing rotor driven something unit. Anyway, the short of the long is that I'm gonna run it into town to the dealer. It's only 9 miles or so, and they're gonna actually yank that whole unit out tonight, get it taken apart and see if it just needs to be freed up or if something broke inside there or what, we're not sure. 5 to 4.
Go ahead.
I'm running the combine into town so he can pull that unit off at the shop.
Hey, I'm almost thinking there's something wrong inside there.
Your thoughts would agree with mine and Eric's.
Okay. I can see bad grease, but probably not in 100 hours already, especially when you greased it a couple times and it should have come with grease when it was new.
Yeah, it was packed full of grease, so it's got grease in there. Like Eric said, it should be designed so it can't cam over, you know, or over center in there. So I don't know. He'll crane it out in the shop and get it out, and I guess they can put a clamp on it and open it up.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's the best thing to run it down there.
A quick little backstory on this here. When we switched from soybeans to corn, that rotor speed, the rotor speed, which is adjusted by the unit that we're having problems with right now, I couldn't get the rotor speed to slow down where I wanted it to the first day we started on corn. But I was busy focusing on everything else and getting everything going and everything moving that I wasn't too worried about it because it was spinning 450, 500 RPM. I wanted it down to 300 or so. It was turning too fast and it wouldn't let me slow it down, but it was at the end of my priority list when it came to figuring everything else out. Within the next day or so, it had slowed itself down. However, we'd been watching it the last couple days because even without the automation on, it wasn't sitting still. It was fluctuating on its own from 250 to 350, which is a wide range. It should stay pretty dang steady, maybe fluctuate 10 RPM, 20 at the most. And it was fluctuating by 60, 70, 80, sometimes 100 RPM without being told to do so with the automation. So I think something might have been up with that torque sensing rotor driven whatever clutch sheave unit thingamajigger. If it potentially stuck wide open somehow and didn't have enough pressure on the belt, that would cause the machine to plug much more easily. So if that were a problem and it were stuck open like that, that could potentially cause the plug. This is the first time any of us, Eric the tech, myself, Dad, we've never had a combine plugged on corn, so it would make sense. Well, that's a bummer. Didn't exactly get a whole lot done today. But it's a beautiful evening. We'll run some tillage. Sounds like boys at the shop will get that yanked apart, and hopefully later tonight we know exactly what the deal is. I think I'm gonna go hook our second ripper to our second 9570, and then we'll have 2 rippers going. We'll be able to cover some tillage faster. I'm not doing anything else right now. I may as well hook that up. Pretty sure this just needs some grease and check the tires. But I'm gonna just go ahead and do that myself because it's getting later and darker and I want to hurry up and get that done. Plus my camera's about out of battery and I don't want to go in the house and get a new one. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. These girls will see you in the next one.
Well, thanks for watching.